everyone, we are going to talk about contouring today, and I'm going to show you 3 different ways. There's more than 3 different ways, but I'm going to show you 3 different ways that I approach contouring, so let's buckle up. One tip is to try this before you're going to bed, because it's easier to practice and not feel pressure to learn a new thing, you know, the morning that you're having to go out and maybe do some important errands or anything like that. So it's doing stuff at night before you go to bed, or whenever you just feel like it and you're not pressed for time at home, which is generally at night. So it's a great time to practice and have fun, play with color, play with whatever you are wanting to learn and try. So just do it at night before bed. Okay, so I already have my skin prepped and ready. I'm gonna go ahead. This is probably like I just need to go to Walmart, but I don't want to look like a zombie. And there are days that I really don't care that I look like a zombie. So I know, like just the other day, I'm just like, I just need to go out, but I like to feel good about myself, even if I'm just going to Walmart. Even if I'm just around the house, I don't always like to not have makeup on, I guess, at least a little bit. That makes me feel good about myself. So this is my hanging out at home. Maybe I have to go to Walmart or Target. And so I'm just gonna put a little concealer on. I'm gonna use this brush to blend that all in. This is why good skincare is important, because sometimes you just need just a little bit, because sometimes our skin is already beautiful and we don't need to cover it up. So we'll just take care of the basics and just you know, light blending. I always have to go around my nose because it gets really red, which is pretty common. Let's see here. So take some onto the brush actually. I don't know why, as I've gotten older, I have gotten like a lot more redness around my nostrils. I'm just like, really? Of all places. But as you can see, doing just this kind of makes me look a little ghostly. Which I don't really like that look either. However, we're losing those dark spots, aren't we, under the eyes? I think that's like one of the most common things that bugs me. Alright. So now if I were to just be like, hey, I'm just going to Walmart, this is when I would like just pop one of these on, the ColourPop Super Shock Shadows. Say that 5 times fast. This is a nice kind of a neutral color there, and it's super sparkly, which I am all about, and they come in loads of different colors. But this one, it's called Prickly Pear. I don't actually think they make this one anymore, but they have some very, very similar. It's kind of a taupey rose gold color, and I'll just put a little something on my lids to give them some texture, like the good kind, some shadow. You can actually use your bronzing and contour on your eyes. I don't know if you do that, just to give that little extra, very natural, born this way look. One of my favorite bronzers is the Physicians Formula, and I use this to contour. So my contour brush has like an angle, see that? And it just fits right nicely in the cheek there. So just want to get some on there, tap tap. This one's pretty powdery, didn't used to be that way. But you can kind of see right here, I have like this natural shadow under my cheekbone. And then the thing is, you need to find your cheekbone, which usually hits right about like where your ear is, that little thing that sticks out. I don't know what that part is called, I forget. But if you kind of go straight down from there, you can really, you just push in and feel it. Some of y'all can probably see it without pushing. But generally speaking, kind of right here in the front of the middle of your ear, you're gonna go for this spot right here, just above it. You don't want to go in there because then it's gonna be super low. So I'm gonna keep it a little above that, just right there, a little bit. And the basic shape that I'm gonna be making is like a 3. I'm gonna go down like this, but I always start in the middle, and then kind of right here, because I like to kind of low light that part of my forehead. If you have a small forehead, you don't need to go up here really at all. I'm gonna go in that 3, and then I'm gonna come down here and come around just under the jawline. And I always try to get like right behind the actual jaw where it curves up, like right here, that spot. And that really adds definition to your jaw. And you can kind of see from side to side, like the warmth it brings to your face, and how it like lifts everything up. So I'm just going to do the same thing on this side to get the overall effect. Get that 3. Come back around. Really hit that jaw. Like I can feel where that's at. And for my double chin, I like to get right, this is gross, I don't like doing this, but like right on it. Basically, the way you want to think about contouring is that whatever you want to kind of pull back is what you're going to contour. So it's going to be in the shadows. And whatever you highlight is what you want to bring forward. So like, that's why you do like this center of your nose, so it looks more forward. And you know, actually you can do like this on the side, because you want it to fall back and then this part to be the most forward. And then for my basic going to Walmart look, I still need some blush to really bring my face to life. And I stay on my cheekbone, kind of like right here. It's gonna blend right into that bronzer / contour. Bronzer isn't considered actual contour. It does have a different shade. Like actual contour has more of a gray undertone. So it does actually look more like a shadow, but you can use contour or bronzer like contour if you want. Okay. For, again, just going to the store, I feel like this is fine. I can just throw some mascara on, lip gloss, and out the door. Okay, so I'm gonna wash this off and I'll be right back and I'll show you the next one. Okay, I'm back again. Now I have my skin ready for bronzing. I have my foundation on, and that's where I'm gonna go into the next step of bronzing. I have a Matchstick from Fenty Beauty in the color Amber. This works really well for my skin tone. So it looks like this. Here's the lid. It's actually really cute. So again, we're gonna go where we talked about before. I can see my natural shadow of my cheekbone, and I'm gonna go slightly above. For me, I go up like this. And again, I want shadow here, because I want to kind of pull that back in here. Some people with like even higher foreheads than mine will go all the way around. Go like this. You can do the nose where I like just go kind of straight down, bring it as far in as you want it. This is kind of based on your preference. There are lots of videos out there showing you different ways to contour. That's where I like it. And then there's the jawline. Again, you're gonna want to go right here where like you're just following like the under jaw, and you can kind of see where even just doing that is gonna pull that back. I kind of like to come right up above that as well to taper it down. I'm gonna do the same thing over here, underneath, slightly above. I'm pretty generous right here. Kind of come to a point under my chin, and then I'm gonna go straight back like this. Okay. And then we're gonna blend it out. Oh, I forgot to dampen my beauty blender. I'm gonna go ahead and use a brush. It works too. So I'll start where I started putting it on, and we're gonna kind of go up. We're not gonna pull this really down at all. We're just gonna kind of pull it up and tap. I don't want harsh lines. I'm gonna go like this, blend that in. I'm gonna tap this in first and then kind of just very slightly pull back. Tap, 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 tap. Get my hair out of the way. Tap, 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 tap. You don't want like overly harsh lines left behind, so just keep tapping till it just blends in. And then this, same thing, but I don't really want to go above that line, just enough to fade it in. Tap, tap, tap. Just lots of tapping. Okay, this blends in pretty quickly, obviously. Okay, and there you have it. In the camera, it looks way darker than it does in real life. So I can never tell like how this looks to you guys, but promise that anyone looking at me in real life wouldn't be like, what in the world? Okay, just make sure that's all there. And then for the nose, I use this same brush that I use for my under eye. I just turn it over and use the other side. Just very gently tap it out, blend it out, and leave that center line on my nose untouched. Don't always do my nose. It's not that big of a deal to me. But I do like to get my jawline just barely blending this out. Okay, and then you would move on to finish with your blush, any powders, but this is just that style. Let me see here. So the third thing that you can do, and this is like the most extra that I would ever do, is to go ahead at this point and put some powder on to lock that all in. I don't like using lots of powders because it just gets cakey for me. But if I'm going to, I use this makeup removal rag all folded up funny because I haven't got the little thing to do this, and I just press it in. Mainly in the area where I get oily. So my nose, the T-zone basically, and just right here under the eyes. This is big. I'll fold it up like that. So at this point, now that that's done, you could go in and use that bronzer in the same way that we just did and kind of reinforce that, but also warm it up. And I think you can kind of see that in the, like from side to side, how that warms everything up. And so this is why maybe you would want to use both bronzer and contour. Kind of just lightly do that. Come over here, get that. I'm kind of all over the place. I feel like when it comes to like how I put it on, I don't always go like bloom bloom, but I am following that pattern, like it's getting there, just maybe not in a smooth line. Okay, so let's just finish this up real quick. Today I think I'll go ahead and do the powder blush since I already have powder on. Wherever I put it. This is what I do all the time. Just can't seem to not lose stuff. Okay. Again, just blend this in, starting right here. I like it right here. Everyone's face shape is different, so you can do the look you like. Some people with rounder face shapes, it's better to go, you know, right here on the apple of your cheek. I happen to have an oval face, so this is how I like it for mine. And you can look it up on Pinterest, you can look up TikTok, anywhere, and you can find basically maps of what works generally best on each face shape. Okay. Then you would just finish your eyes, etc. from here. But this isn't terrible to just walk out the door with either. One last thing you'd need to do if you're wearing powder is to use some setting spray. This one, I'm just been trying this. I'm not like sold on it just yet, but it's not awful, so. And it smells really good, actually. But it keeps you from having that cakey look when you've used lots of powders. It helps it just melt right into your skin. Whew. Yeah, it's a good thing it smells good. All right. I'm gonna go finish this up off camera and I'll be right back. So one thing I forgot to say, and I mentioned it earlier, but I do want to go ahead and show you, is to use that same bronzer as an eyeshadow. Like you can use it however you like, but you use it the same as your eyeshadow. I would use it right here to create that shadow or depth right here in the corner of my very hooded eyes. And this can be so super natural. You don't even have to use anything else. Just throw on some mascara and run with it. But it really blends and melds your whole look together, like everything. Again, that's just the way you are. It's a really good color. Just blend that right out there. And see, you could be done with that. Throw some liner if you want, and mascara on, and be done with it. You're good to go. Okay, so that wraps up my look for today. Super simple, and I'm probably gonna have to go, well, not probably, I have to go wash this hair and do something with it today and get ready for that dinner later this afternoon. But it's a snowy, blustery day in March. So I have my coffee. Oh, what would we do without coffee? So don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. If you're on Facebook and any one of my groups that I'm in, feel free to message me and reach out. I'd love to hear from you all. If there's anything you want me to cover, if you have questions about, just let me know and I can definitely cover that as much as I possibly can. So far this has been really fun, just stepping out and doing something that is not necessarily in my comfort zone, that I'm not completely prepared for, but we're doing it anyways. We're having fun, and I hope that you guys are learning. I have more stories to share, so let me know if there's anyone I've mentioned so far that you'd like to hear first. This bathroom is still one that is crazy, so maybe we should start there since that's where I am for a little bit longer. It will be changing in the next few months. I can't wait. So yeah, just don't forget to like and subscribe. I can't talk. I need more coffee, I guess. So anyways, thanks y'all, and I hope y'all have a really great day.